So, welcome to the Fitness Directory podcast. Today I have Zed from Functnl Fitness. He's come from far to see me, so I'm really excited to have you on today.
Thank you very much, Carla. Good to finally meet you as well.
Yes, I know. First time meeting, but we feel like we've been pen pals for a long time.
Yes.
It's always like that now, the virtual world. So can you introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about you and maybe your fitness background?
Yeah, so my name is Zohaib, or Zed, as people call me. And I have a supplement business called Functnl, which was previously called Acti Health. We just rebranded to target more towards the performance industry. And when it comes to fitness, I don't have a six-pack. Still a bit of a one-pack over here because of all the curry my mum feeds me. But yeah, I've always been into sports. Recently started playing paddle, and I'm definitely up for giving you a game.
Well, what can I say? Yeah, I think a lot of people are wanting to challenge me at the moment. I might have to start putting some dates in the diary. Amazing. So for anyone that's hearing about the brand for the first time, can you tell us where Functnl came from?
Yeah. So I'll go back a bit. So basically I used to, as mentioned before, I played a lot of sports, cricket, football, gym, boxing. I used to turn up to football. I was really good. I used to turn up to football with a cigarette in my mouth. Honestly, and no warm-ups.
This is a fitness podcast, by the way.
But this is where it all began. And yeah, we used to turn up with eating a doner like an hour or two before.
Wow.
Turn up with a cigarette in your mouth, play and do really well. I was top scorer for league, in our local leagues as well. But then everything started catching up. And I started suffering with some chronic back pain, like really, really bad. And what would happen is I'd go to the doctors, and they'd give you your usual paracetamol, your ibuprofen, tell you to take some rest. That probably wouldn't work, and then you end up going to the hospital because sometimes it was so bad I couldn't move for a week at a time.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital and they tell you just take lots of rest, and they give you diazepam. Now those pills like mess you up. Like you get like literally you're just
no one tells you the side effects. No,
yeah, like literally like just muscle relaxants, but they just really doze you off. So take that, and again, it's just masking the pain. Then I'd go to a chiropractor, and they would like crack you into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably
the temporary fix. Yeah.
Have you been to a chiropractor before?
Oh yeah, I've given them a lot of my money. Don't worry about that.
I was literally
it's like a slot machine.
Yeah, literally. I was on a subscription with these guys, like from every 4 or 5 months to go into every 3 months, 2 months, then literally every couple of weeks.
God.
And I'd been there for like 15 minutes. The guy would take 50 quid.
Oh, that's not even the worst. I've been like 75 quid for 15 minutes in and out.
Yeah. So this was getting like very regular. And then I was actually supposed to go to Uganda to go see a customer of mine. And I had a flight coming up in a few days. And I called my chiropractor. I'm like, look, I need to come see you. My back's seized again. He's like, look, I'm fully booked for 2 weeks. I'm like, no, you're not. I said, I'm coming to see you. I don't give a damn. He's like, mate, I'm really sorry. I'm actually overbooked. And that was the biggest blessing, because that's when I met a friend of mine called Zainali, who's a functional health practitioner, sports injury specialist. All right. Okay. And so I went to visit him. He's a slim guy though. Like, he's not like your big chiropractor guys who can like maneuver you about. I was like, what's this guy going to do? But he just started asking me all these questions, like what time I'm eating, what time I'm sleeping, the time I'm going to the washroom. Like, he was getting personal.
You're thinking, what's this got to do with anything?
What's this got to do with anything? I was like,
just wasting my time.
Yeah, I was like, hurry up, mate. I got a meeting. He's like, look, let's get to the root cause of the problem. So anyways, you're going to be shocked at this, Carla, but as he was talking to me, my back's actually feeling better. So I was like, is this guy doing some voodoo stuff or what?
Yeah. Like, magic, black magic.
But you know what? It just shows how much stress plays a massive part in our overall wellness as well. So anyways, he's asked me all these questions. He's done some assessments on my back, on my stomach, on my whole body. And he goes, look, the good news is that 90% of this issue is nothing to do with the mechanics. It's to do with your gut and your lifestyle. And at that point, I was like, mate, what is this guy on? Like, what's my gut got to do with my back? And he broke it down to me. He basically said that, look, your gut's your filtration system, okay, where all the toxins sort of pass through, okay, for waste. And what you've got is your gut is basically, you've got a thing called leaky gut. And what that does is it's compromised on your gut lining, and those toxins are seeping through into your bloodstream.
Wow.
And as a result, this is causing a lot of inflammation in your body. And majority of illness actually starts from this: a leaky gut, autoimmune disease, so many issues. So he broke it down and it started making a bit of sense. And I said, okay, so what's the situation now? Let's work on your, he said, look, let's work on your repairing your gut lining and your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And within 4 to 5, like literally I would say about 4 to 5 weeks, I was stronger than ever. And within 3 to 4 months, 4 or 5 months, I was fully fixed. I was like, wow, this is like
spooky.
This is serious. Like, you know
science.
what? Like, this is serious science. He knows his stuff, and he coached me in the right way. The coaching, you coach people.
Yeah.
You understand how people react when you're coaching them as well. People react differently. He knew what buttons to press with me. He didn't like force me, do this, give me that high, and then if I sort of have a change in circumstance, I'm going to let off and go back to square one. He done it over a period of time, and it worked wonders. So because it was part of functional health, looking at the body as a system rather than just targeting my back, functional health, functional wellness, functional food is what I was working on, what we've got in the bone broth as well, which is kind of functional. I said, what better name to give the company or the brand than calling it functional?
Absolutely. And how long ago did this story happen?
So this happened around 9 years ago, but the brand was actually called Acti Health at the time. So when I set up the supplement business based off of this and all the research that I'd done, I called the brand Acti Health because we had another supplement business called Acti Kid.
Okay.
Which is still there. And I said, Acti Health. Yeah, okay. It just makes it part of the same thing. But Acti Health didn't really say much. It could pass as like an insurance company. It could pass as a gym. It could pass as anything. I said, look, what I wanted to do is I wanted to try and talk to the audience with regards to what functional health is about.
Yeah.
Getting the name functional the way it's supposed to be actually spelled, mate, you can't trademark that. And I said, you know what? Take out the I, the O, the A, and yeah, mate, it looks good. So yeah, and that's where functional came about.
No, amazing. I really like the story because it's a very mission-led brand, and you are also helping people that have other inflammatory problems, injuries, working with athletes with their recovery. So I really admire the work that you've put in and the science behind it. But could you tell me, before functional fitness, you obviously launched Acti Health.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What inspired you to take your first step into the industry?
Yeah. So I'll be totally honest with you. When we set up an Acti Kid first, all right? And the reason I set that up was I had a pharma wholesale business. And I was getting a lot of requests from the Middle East, like Egypt, Iraq, Europe, for supplements, to sell them supplements, like other brands and stuff. And like they're ordering thousands of packs here. And I'm thinking, mate, what is going on? Mate, like, you know what? Like, there's some money in this. So initially it started off with this, I'll be totally honest with you. With Acti Kids. So I said, you know what, I'm going to bring up my own brand. And I've always wanted some sort of product of my own. Loved the fact of import, export, and having your products in other markets, the whole buzz of it. And then obviously this back pain and all this stuff was going on. And as Zainali, who was the functional health practitioner, osteopath, he told me about bone broth at the time. So I started working with that bone broth on my own body, taking it myself. And we were getting a lot of requests for supplements from adults. So I was like, okay, build up an adults brand of supplements. And then as I was going through the journey, I was learning a lot about probiotics, their effects on the gut microbiome, different ingredients. And then basically brought out a brand initially, Acti Health. But it was, how do you say, I wasn't really looking at the benefits of people more than the benefits of the ching, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was looking at what sells and what trends rather than what looks at the body as a system. But then as time went on, and I was speaking more with Zainali, and I asked him, look, can you push some of our products? He said, look, why don't you push stuff and make stuff which is completely clean and actually works like it worked for you. And I was like, yeah, but that's so difficult to make money off. He's like, yeah, but you've actually healed yourself through it. Why not help others? And it really broke me down on that one. I was like, you know what, you're right. I was like, why give people substandard product when you can give them good stuff? Yes, it's going to be more expensive, but look, you're helping people at the end of the day. And I was like, all right, fine. So I scrapped all the generic stuff and I said, look, we're going to formulate stuff which actually works as a system.
Yeah.
And that's when ActiHealth was born. And we had stuff for all sorts. We had stuff for a prebiotic to sort out your gut microbiome. We had stuff for respiratory, for heart, for joints, for male, for female. But then as time went on, it was still very generic. The formulations are amazing, but the brand was very generic, ActiHealth. And then I was like, you know what? I'm really into performance and longevity and metabolic health and all the rest of it. I was like, you know what? I need a rebrand over here. I need something fresh to restart, and we're going to concentrate on this performance industry. So that's why we're now gut first performance, basically, functional.
No,
So
I
that's
really
what it is.
like it. I think, yeah, you have to go on a journey sometimes. I think you can start with something, and that's not always what you're going to be left with.
100%.
You're going to progress, you're going to pivot. And I think that's what the best, business owners can do in this industry at this time as well, because you have to be completely on your feet,
Yeah.
especially where there's so many brands out there as well.
Yeah.
And it's really good and interesting that you approach it in a complete different way, and you have to.
Yeah.
So what were some of your biggest lessons you learned from building your first supplement your business?
Oh, mate. You said there's so many lessons. Like, if I tell you how many times we've been up and down, you'd be shocked. We've lost a lot of money along the way.
Expensive lessons.
Yeah,
sometimes.
expensive lessons. And one thing that I wish I did do from the beginning is this. We're in an era right now where we've got access to social media. Back in the day, it wasn't really like that. And for youth right now as well, they've got a free platform to just explain what they do, talk about what they do. And the more you get out there about it, the more people are going to know about you. And you'd be shocked. Like, even stuff on LinkedIn that I've been posting, how many people reach out to me about, listen, I'm overweight, I've got this issue, I've got that issue, I'm going through cancer. Like, so many different people from all parts of life just message out and reach out because you've spoken about something.
Yeah. And the algorithm serves you well.
Yeah, and you get to actually help them as well along the way, which is really rewarding. Whereas before, it was like TV commercials and billboards, and like majority of brands can't afford it. Now, you look at a lot of brands that's coming out just off building up communities off their content. And how did we meet? We met off LinkedIn.
Yeah.
We met off LinkedIn.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
Look at that. Back in the day, it was not like that. You have to cold call, reach out, pay a few people a bit of bob here and there just to get through the doors and all the rest of it. Now it's completely different. So lessons along the way. I wish I started getting into content a long time ago. Number 2 is get the right people in place. Even if it's going to cost you a little bit more, but get the right people in place, because and people who are hungry and on a vision as well, aligned. We've had potential investors back in the day with big pockets, big pockets, deep pockets. Yeah. Sorry, deep pockets.
Big pockets, deep pockets.
Big pockets, deep pockets.
Still carries a lot of money. Doesn't matter which one it is.
Exactly. Yeah. But they didn't align, and we've spent a lot of time going through stuff, this, that, the other. And then if you look at a lot of the investors right now, they don't really, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of the ones that we spoke to before, they don't really care about the patient, or the customer. They care about what they're going to get their returns, or when they're going to get their returns. And then it comes down to, I don't know, quality afterwards. It's like, oh, you know what? We can cut some corners here, cut some corners there. And you're like, mate, you know what? That's not what we're after.
Even though the value and the ethics of the business is not that.
So it's really, really hard on that front. But if you keep on putting yourself out there and you keep on failing, you keep on learning, it's all experience at the end of the day. A mistake that I might have made 5 years ago, thank God I made it back then, because if I made it now,
Game over. Could be game over. Yeah.
game over. And I ain't got no backup, so it's literally you just go in and you learn along the way. You get a big thing as well is learning how to manage your emotions as well. There's times you got to make quick decisions, and there's times you got to actually sit down and think, and it's learning when to do each one. So yeah, I've been through it. I've given credit to customers abroad, not got paid. I've given credit to customers abroad and got paid. Till today, we get paid on time. I've given credit to guys over here in the UK who you think, wow, like this is a big company and these guys are like big fish and so on, and they don't end up paying you.
Yeah, and then that's enough to take your business under.
Yeah, so sometimes you don't only just take people for the glamour that they're showing as well, because people talk a lot as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you learn a lot along the way.
No, I really admire that, because you have to be very cutthroat. You've got to just throw things at the wall, see what sticks, try again, pick yourself up. It's just a massive roller coaster of learning expensive lessons and harsh lessons.
Loads of it.
And also good ones along the way as well.
100%,
There's also
100%.
some good ones, but yeah, it's a difficult journey, and I admire what you've done so far. So looking back now, is there anything that you would have started again?
Would have started again? Potentially no.
No?
Because it's all a journey. It's all a journey. And you know what? It just, every time stuff messes up, it just makes you stronger. Literally every time. You just keep on trying harder, And you know what? It's not like if everything was so easy, then like what's the fun? Like you're only going to get the best high when you've had the lowest of the lows.
Yeah.
I remember getting our product into so many different, like into Malta right now. Just on the way here on the train, I was on the phone with our Malta guys, and they're placing an order for the Performer.
Wow.
And we sent them the samples over. They loved the product, and they've done their market research in their market as well. And they said, look, it's an amazing product. We love your liposomal technology that you're using as well, the beetroot. And you know what? Sometimes growing slower is not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because sometimes the faster you grow, the faster you fall as well.
Yeah.
And that's with everything. It's like weight. If you're going to lose weight drastically very quickly without putting in the effort and using these other things, I'm not saying whatever.
GLPs, alternatives,
yeah. You let off very quickly as well. If you fall off, you put the weight on back again very quickly. You know, I'm going to tell you a story about a friend of mine quickly as well, when it comes to weight. So this guy, he wanted to train with me. He wanted to lose some weight. So I started asking all the kind of questions like Zayn Lee asked me back in the day as well, because I'm looking at everyone from a sort of functional health kind of perspective. And he said, look, I've been on these diets before and this, that, the other, and I've always put the weight back on. So I said, look, if you want to train with me, fine. I'll get you there, but it's a slow game and it's a long game. Okay, this is not just about getting ready for fitting in your wedding suit or any of these parties or anything. You like look at the long-term game. So he goes, no, fine. So anyways, I'm training him for a couple of months. Again, you got to train everyone. You got to talk people's language. So mate, I just slapped this guy on his chest while he's doing his bench press, like flipping, do your work, this, that, the other. He likes
military
it.
Style.
Yeah, military style. Yeah, love it. And we're training for now a few months. He's looking good. He's getting into shape. He's not telling him to be too strict with his diet, but start managing it. Like just start looking at where you can sort of cut out your nonsense stuff that your physio drinks and this, that. Yeah, have to have a bit of discipline along the way. Anyways, after a few months, he started losing weight really drastically. Yeah, so I'm like, mate, I'm doing a good job here. Like there's something going on here. Yeah, but wicked. Anyways, it turns out he went to another guy behind my back. Okay. And he went on this like flipping extreme diet, yeah?
Oh.
And then he told me, and I was like, okay, all right, look, it's your money. At the end of the day, it's up to you. It's your life.
Your body.
Yeah, it's your body. It's your life. And he's like, yeah, you know what? I just wanted that boost and this. I said, that's fine. So carried on training for a bit. A few weeks later, he came back to me. I hate this guy. This, that, the other. I started having a run. I was like, what happened? He's like, look, I eat a little bit of bread and I start putting on loads of weight. Like I eat something, like if I have something small, I'm
Just
starting
look
putting
at carbs and I put on weight.
I'm literally putting on the pounds. I'm like, I bloody told you so, mate. I told you, this is not about like a quick fix. Like look at it over a long period of time. Mine took 5 months. And my back pain's gone. So like, don't look for those quick fixes in business as well. This comes to everything. You look at those people who make big money and then they lose it straight away and all the rest of it. Rather just like, you know what, go steady, go slowly, and go the right way. And if I was looking at a post from someone on LinkedIn today, someone I know actually, and they're talking about someone wanted to invest 2 million in them. They went on a raise, 2 or 3 million, but they didn't go ahead with that guy. Maybe it didn't align, maybe whatever it is, but alignment is key in everything. And if you can align properly in business and in your health and all the rest of it, then you're onto a winner. And you're going to leave good vibes for the next generation as well. People looking at you on that journey as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, you do have to make some hard decisions. You know, not every decision is as glamorous as you think it might be, or it might not be as watertight as it might be. And sometimes it's going, okay, well, I visualized it to look like this, but actually the reality is that the compatibility of this situation is just not right. But I suppose what's values and what guides every product you release?
Yeah. So now we're looking at the body as a system, rather than just tackling a particular part. Like, for example, let me give you an example of the bone broth, okay? So bone broth is a functional food, okay? You've got whey protein, which is going to target obviously the muscles repair and all the rest of it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who suffer with lactose issues, okay? So they're getting the bloating. A lot of the protein shakes out there, not all of them, but a lot of them out there, tasting like, I don't know, like Oreo milkshake and salted caramel and all the rest of it. So you can imagine what they're putting in there for it to taste like that, okay? When you're young, when you're like 20, 21, like you are,
might look it.
You do. When you're that age, your body's kind of indestructible. So you're not really feeling the effects. But when you get to my age, I'm 42 now. When you get to 42, or even when you get to like 30 plus, you actually start feeling the effects on your body. Now, I stopped protein shakes when Zainly told me, when I first went to visit him, protein shakes was one of the first thing he told me to cut out. And I realized it was causing so much inflammation inside my body. And I get asked so many times over the years, when you bring out a protein shake, when you bring out any whey, I was like, I'm not going to do it. And we could have made some money from it, but I said, I'm not doing it. Because if it doesn't fit with me, then I'm not going to give it to others. So now we came across, obviously, bone broth. Bone broth is basically food. It's functional food. It's bones, slow cooked, simmered for a number of hours.
From what, chicken?
From this one's from beef.
Beef? Okay,
bones, yeah. And you got all this goodness that comes out of these bones, as you know. And when you slow cook it for that long, it turns into this collagen. Okay.
Wow, yeah.
And that pure collagen has got so many benefits for your skin, your hair, your nails, but more importantly for your gut. So repairing a gut lining, bone broth is like what most functional health practitioners recommend. And we've had some, you've tried it yourself.
Yeah.
We've had some amazing feedback from this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest to make. Well, what is like, if it's that easy to make,
you just have to add it to your routine.
You got it, So like last night I made it, and what takes me about, not even a minute. You boil the kettle, put a scoop of this in, add your turmeric, your black pepper, your salt, froth it up, add some hot water, froth it up, and add a bit of lemon, coriander, and you've got a soup ready there, which packs 19 grams of protein, 17 grams of collagen, only 84 calories. And another big problem is when people train in the night. So sometimes I'm mainly training in the morning, but sometimes if I'm training at night, I don't want to eat at night, because then you got a lot of food in your stomach, difficult to digest when you go to sleep. This thing's so light, it actually helps you fall asleep at night as well.
Yeah, it's very soothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what we're looking at, more functional sort of foods and functional products. I'll give you another example of the Performer, which has got the creatine, it's got electrolytes, it's got beetroot. So creatine, obviously everyone knows there's like tons of studies on this product at the moment. Like everyone's taking it. Electrolytes we know are key, especially for people like myself and yourself. You're like playing sports like God knows how much. You do a lot.
I do a lot. I feel like every day is a sport as well.
Literally. You even got dressed in the part right now as well. But yeah, electrolytes we know are key. But then we're looking at, okay, but what is actually fueling the system, okay, as well? Like what is really important in this? And beetroot, everyone knows what the benefits are. Everyone thinks beetroot's just for your blood, but beetroot's got so many benefits. And one of the biggest things is that it boosts oxygen to your blood and your muscles. So it makes your workouts more efficient, because at the end of the day, everything's down to oxygen at the end of the day. And this actually boosts it.
Wow.
And we're using a liposomal technology, which basically creates a layer around the molecule to give it higher absorption in the body. So if you take normal beetroot powder, you might not absorb a lot of it. But with this, you're absorbing nearly up to 4 times as much.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that's what the kind of the thought process is behind what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We could have brought out we could have put some artificial stuff in there and this, that, the other to make it taste like amazing, give you that buzz of a pre-workout. But we're like, no, it's not functional.
I think people have moved past that stage now
No,
where
you'd
they're
be
like,
shocked.
oh, really?
Yeah. People are taking pre-workouts like crazy. Still, there's a lot of
Ones
people
that are
taking
just
pre-workouts. Yeah.
no good.
It's because they're lethargic. They're waking up in the morning and they're having a coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
And then their
Crash.
spikes are like this, so they constantly need something to keep them up going. We said, look, we're not putting caffeine in this thing. There's no way we're putting caffeine. We're going to give you a natural boost. And what better way to get that than oxygen? So if we put caffeine in this, I'm telling you, we can sell a lot more. We can sell a lot more.
Yeah, just because of the name.
Yeah, just because of the caffeine. Yeah,
because of the buzzword.
But we said, no, we're not doing it. So that's our thought process behind stuff now. We've got a joint and gut product, which has got black ginger, which is really good for inflammation. Again, we're using liposomal technology, which has got curcumin, and boswellia, which is really good for the gut. So everything has an impact on the gut in our product.
Yeah.
It really helps the gut. The key one is the female hormone balance and performance. So, a lot of women have iron deficiencies right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're constantly taking an iron supplement, it can actually cause liver toxicity if you're constantly taking one. Now, what's happening is people are just taking iron supplements for fun, like every single day.
Yeah, maybe not even the right dose.
Yeah, and then they're just feeding the deficiency. So your deficient, your levels are up here, and you need to be over here. You take your iron supplement, it brings you back over here, and then again you come back down, and literally that's all you're doing. So putting in our product, honestly, Carla, if we put iron in our female balanced product, we would have had a lot more sales. And I'll tell you the process and the thought process behind how we actually formulate something. So I'll look at what product I want to bring out, sit with the team. This is what I'm looking to target. We'll discuss it. And then I'll look at the formulations in the market, look at the competitors, what they're doing, this, that, the other. Then I'll look at the ingredients in the market, what's out there. I've got a lot of the manufacturers with branded ingredients and all the rest of it. I'll see what the studies are on them and all the rest of it. And then I will kind of come up with a formula, okay? Then I'll pass it over to our chemist. And our chemist is phenomenal. He's amazing, yeah? And he'll tell me if there's any interactions with these ingredients, okay? He might tell me, add this, take this out, increase the amount of active of this particular ingredient, all of that. And then he'll come up with a product. He'll come up with a sort of finished formula. Then I'll go one step further and I'll run it through Zainali. Because he looks at everything from a completely different lens of a functional health sort of practitioner level. And I had iron in the initial formula for female hormone balance. And Zainali questioned me, is like, why is it in there? I'm like, mate, there's so much deficiencies in women with iron. He said, yeah, but what's the root cause of a iron deficiency. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I'm being honest because this is how you learn.
Yeah.
This is how you learn. So then we'll have a discussion and they'll tell me it's actually a hormonal imbalance. That's why they have a deficiency. And he said, do you want your customers to be taking this every day? I said, hell yes, of course. It's a bloody business at the end of the day. No, it's true. At the end of the day, look, I'm running a business, and it's not a charity. Yeah?
No.
So I do want them to take every day. He said, but if they take it every day, it can cause a liver toxicity. I was like, okay. He's like, I wouldn't put it in there. He goes, if they're deficient, then they can get it from another brand to sort of sort out their deficiency, yeah, sort out their problem for that particular time. But let's get to the root cause of what it is and let's work on that. So I was like, okay. And one of the ingredients that we've got in this product is called shatavari, okay? And it comes from the asparagus species. And you're gonna laugh when I tell you what it actually means. It means one who possesses 100 husbands. Now make what you want of that. But it's used in Ayurveda for centuries.
Wow.
For balancing hormonal health. And we've had some amazing results from this ingredient.
Yeah, wow.
It's for vitality, for female health in general. I had one girl message us the other day and said, you know what? Her periods have actually started becoming more regular now as well since taking this.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Another lady who's perimenopause, she's never buys supplements. She's tried ours and now she started buying. She said, I don't know what this is, but it's like magic. It's like magic. So what we're doing is we're trying to work on the hormonal side of things, sort out the hormonal imbalance, and then if they need to buy a supplement from somewhere else, but we're not going to be the ones who are going to actually go and give them something, because we want something that's going to be clean, something that's long-term use, functional, and it's going to support their journey. Anything that's not in that sort of criteria, scrap it.
No. What I do love about what you do is that you are providing an education for your customers, for your audience, that, you know, if you are suffering with this could be because of something else that you haven't even thought of.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone's going to be Googling their symptoms these days, trying to find out their own ways of solving their own issues. And there's going to be things that they're not going to find or understand. And the level of education that you provide on your platform and with your products, you know, is quite outstanding, because you have people that have really gone into the depths of it. Yeah. So it's amazing. It's
hard though. It's hard getting that content and getting all that information out to people on a mass level. It's really difficult, but we try. Yeah, you have to try. Yeah. And who benefits most from taking the bone broth? Athletes or everyday gym goers or anyone that's just looking to improve their health? Honestly, obviously, look, it's not a vegetarian product because it's obviously come from beef. But honestly, everyone and anyone knows, look, protein is important. Protein intake is important. But athletes are using it. My mum uses it. My family use it. I use it. Like everyone, it's good for everyone. Kids can use it as well. You can add it into stews and all sorts and just put it part of your diet. That's what I do. I do my like one pot chicken and rice with some broccoli or something, bang it in the oven, mix the bone broth in to have some extra protein. Exactly, yeah. It's quite difficult to dissolve. You need a frother sometimes, just because it's like really pure collagen. So it is what it is. We're trying to make it a bit easier to dissolve, but we don't want to take anything away from the goodness of it. So yeah, that's where we're struggling a bit, but it's still fine. No, brilliant. Well, there's so much misinformation about supplements. What are the biggest myths that you've heard or hear? Oh, God. We might be here a while. Yeah, we might be here a while. There are a lot. Look, I think, honestly, you don't have to be taking tons of supplements. You don't have to. You don't even have to be taking any supplements if you don't want to. The reason why supplements are obviously coming up more and more and more now is because of the lifestyles we have and the external factors. So, for example, like the air we're breathing, the water we're drinking. Look, we've got a stainless steel shaker over here, yeah? But a lot of people are drinking out of plastic. Yeah. Those microplastics are leaking into our system, into our gut. The foods we're eating, there's all sorts of hormones going into the meat, the chicken, into our vegetables. There's all sorts happening. So all this having an effect on our gut. As a result, our bodies are not able to absorb the nutrients properly, like our grandparents or great grandparents used to. So as a result, we're not getting the nutrients as we were back in the day. So yes, supplements sometimes are needed. But if you're eating well, I know people who are stacking like loads of supplements, and I'm like, you know what, you don't need all of this. I think
some of them conflict with each other anyway.
Some of them conflict, but it's not only that, it's like people taking like 20, 30 pills a day of stuff. Like, I'm like you
walking
like,
pharmacy.
Can you imagine what the effect that does on your organs? Like your liver and your kidneys have to deal with this. You have to pass it out. They're working like extra hard now. People get kidney stones, and there's like liver issues, like liver toxicity and all sorts going on. Look at what works for you. Don't go too extreme. And then, look, I'll give you another example. Look, I'm not out there to get a beach body. I'll be honest with you. I've never been in that. I've never trained for aesthetics. Never. I train because I feel good when I train, and I want to train for strength. I want to feel strong. That's what I'm about. Some people, they're training for the aesthetic side of things, and now they're going on extreme diets. They're taking tons of supplements to get them there. And they're not even competing. And I'm like, I'm nothing against them. It's what they want to do at the end of the day. But it's taking a big hit on their body. So just, I would say, look at what you've got a deficiency in first, if you want to go and do that. If you've got a bit of brain fog, you're feeling a bit lethargic, this, that, the other, try some creatine. Try having some natural beetroot. If you want to have some beetroot, which is in the performer, have that.
Don't worry, we're going to tag this all below.
No, but what I'm saying is like, and then like you might be vitamin D deficient, okay? But why are you vitamin D deficient? Look at that, because I'll give you another example. People take 25,000 or 50,000 IU of vitamin D once a week because they're really deficient, but they're just constantly taking that every single week. Why are you deficient in the first place? It's a gut issue because your body's not absorbing the vitamin D. So sort out your gut. And if people ask me like, what should I take? I'll always ask them first, look, tell me how you're feeling. Talk to me about your day. What are the issues you're feeling that you want to take a supplement? So you actually got to get to the root, not just take this. It's nonsense. It's all marketing.
Yeah,
it's all marketing, and
there's a lot of trend words and fads.
Loads of trends.
But this is why I'm going to ask you, what free supplements would you recommend to someone, and why?
Okay, the bone broth 100, like that would be a 100%. And it depends on the individual as well.
Yeah, I think everyone can deal with having more protein.
The bone broth is like spot on. I'll recommend that to everyone, but obviously, if you're vegetarian, then you can't. Number 2. I say creatine is really good because of the ATP production, your energy, your focus. But again, would I recommend that to everyone? I wouldn't. Some people don't. Some people's creatine levels are fine.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that. I would say beetroot is a game changer. Honestly.
Wow. Underrated. Do you think beetroot is going to be the next avocado?
Probably. You know what? Yeah, it could be. But you know what? It's just that it tastes good. It's just the benefits of it. It's fiber. It's got nitrates. You know the team. What was it? Team GB, Team Sky, the cycling guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tour de France. They literally use beetroot as their secret weapon of winning Tour de France. I think it was back in 2012. Yeah, literally.
Secret weapon,
yeah,
wow.
It was increasing their performance bit by bit. It was enhancing their performance literally like crazy. So they were beating their PBs constantly, and that was their secret weapon.
That's beetroot, incredible.
Yeah. So beetroot, bone broth, and I'd say creatine.
Wow.
If you ask me that way, yeah.
Okay, interesting mix. So running a supplement company isn't as simple as putting a label on a tub. What does the behind the scenes actually look like? I know you talked about the process, but, you know, what does it look like? Is it full of warehouses, testing,
it's
content?
Yeah, it's a bit of everything you just mentioned. But I think the main thing is looking at who I'm trying to target. And it's difficult as well sometimes because so many people are taking so many age groups and different categories or what's the word? Demographics are taking a particular product now, but you really want to target one particular area. Obviously, ours is in performance. But like I mentioned, the amount of research I do in actually looking at the ingredients first and building out that initial concept first, then going to the chemist and he drills me. He's like, yeah, but why did you put this in? And I'm like, yeah, but I looked at these brands and they're putting it in as well. And because you have to look at other brands and what they're doing in the market as well. And they're like, yeah, but they're just putting that in for marketing. They're just doing that to make a claim. And I'm like, okay, what can we put instead? And then I'll start doing more research. And I'll tell him, let me look into it. I'll never tell him, what do you suggest in the beginning? And then I'll come up, do all my research, and then I'll tell him about an ingredient. He's like, you know what, that would actually work really well. And he'll look at how it interacts with each other and all the rest of it. And then finally it's with Zainly. And I've had so many products, and me and Zainly are like at it because I'm like, we need to put this in there. He's like, but why? You don't need to.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the
have
basics.
Someone like that.
You need someone to constantly question you. And I've had products that I've scrapped as well. So many products that I've scrapped. Just because it's like, look, it's gonna put an impact on their liver and their kidneys. No need to do it. Work with what you've got, and let's push on the products we've got right now because they're formulated really well. Yeah, literally. Need it for the future.
So, what's been your proudest moment as a business owner?
Oof. There's been a few. I think getting our products into the shows in other markets. Our first was we registered our product in Nigeria back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the paperwork to register the supplement was about that much. Cost a load of money. But just actually getting the certificate, I remember, was really good. In business, I think the most proudest moment is when I got my pharmaceutical wholesale license, because I went through a bit of a journey and I got into business by chance. When I first started into business, it was as a result of me working for another guy first. I was running a pharmacy in central London, and the two owners had a bit of a tiff between them, and I'd just been married 6 months, 7 months, and started this job. I was in the job for about 7-8 months, and literally closed shop, and I'm jobless. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do now? So I started becoming a middleman between these pharma companies, buying and selling between them and making a little cut in between. But in pharma, you have to swap licenses. So the buyer and the seller have to swap licenses, but the invoices were going through me. So I know what cut I'm making. Then what happened, one of the buyers went behind my back to the seller, and they started trading behind my back. So I lost my cut. And I found out. And then this happened again. And I was like, you buggers. And imagine, I got no job right now. This is all I've got. And I was like, you know what? Now I'm going to get my own damn license. And I actually studied for the first time in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, I got kicked out of school at 15. So I wasn't really into that studying. I was always into buying and selling stuff and this, that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to study and I'm going to actually get my license. And I borrowed $2,000 off my parents. And applied for the license, studied that book hard. And because I had experience working in the pharmacy, I knew the kind of way it works. And I got the inspection date. I got this warehouse in Greenford and just painting the place. I got pictures of it, I'll show you after. But I'm painting the place. I got my top off. I'm painting like the walls and this, that, the other, brushing everything, cleaning, kitting out the whole place. And I had 2 inspectors come in for 5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Drilling me, like literally drilling me. And at the end of it, they said, okay, you didn't get this bit, but the rest of it, like, you were spot on, and we're giving you the license. And that day was like the happiest day of my life, gotta say.
Wow, I can imagine.
In business, it was the happiest day ever.
No, that's pretty hard graft, to be honest. You get, backed into a corner and you think, well, I've got to, try and figure it out what I'm going to do here. It's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I imagined to do, but it's what I have to do now.
Yeah, it's what you have to do. And then as a result, you start a journey. You know, the thing is, Carla, a lot of people people think that, living an easy life and this, that, the other, you don't become stronger as a result. You have to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. And that's only when you start getting tough. You look at a lot of the generation now. I'm not saying not everyone. And I can say that I've been privileged as well when I was younger as well. But you go through the hard times and you come out tough. People who just breezing through, when something goes wrong, they collapse. And that's why there's a lot of mental health now as well. People are finding it difficult to deal with stuff because they haven't gone through, I'm not talking about everyone, by the way. I'm talking about some people. They're finding it more difficult because they haven't gone through a harder time back before and learned from it, come out there. When everything's given on the plate.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
so I don't mean to say it in a bad way.
With me and like sports and playing at a very high level, I get it easier than anyone. You're bouncing back for losses. Like you'll have a loss that's snatched from you by 1.2 points. And it's easy to turn around and be like, life's not fair. I deserved that match. But the score's the score. You lost.
100%.
You lost. What are you going to do now? Give up?
No.
Are you going to go back? Are you going to try again? Are you going to come back hungrier?
Exactly.
So it's from being a sport or being in the sport or the fitness industry. And I think a lot more people now that are getting into CrossFit sports, high rocks and stuff like that, they're understanding, okay, well, I didn't get the result that I wanted to do. And then they go back, they train again and 100%. They go harder.
100%.
So that's what I love about fitness, that it teaches you the kind of resilience that maybe other things wouldn't teach you.
And look at the conversations we have over the phone as well. When we're on the phone, we're running into each other about this happened, that happened, and then we just go again. But that's what it is, isn't it? It's
I won't even reply and you'll be like, I fixed it now. I'm happy now.
Literally.
Brilliant. So how do you stay motivated during difficult periods or problems?
It's just become second nature now. I'll be honest with you. I've gone through so much. Like I told you, we lost a lot of money. I've nearly been bankrupt about 3-4 times.
Oh, God.
And you're just like, you know what? You just keep on trying. And I'll give you another example. Like just the other day, and after 8 years, I told you as well, I had a back collapse and I was bad. And I was like, oh my God, like this is like the worst time that this can happen. It's always the worst time anyway.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I know that if I sit and lie down, it's going to cause issues. How do I come over what it is and why has it come in the first place? So it came because of my fault. You got to make everything your fault. Okay. So it came because of my fault. I let go of, I started drinking a few fizzy drinks here and there. Lost my diet a little bit out the window. I was eating a lot of junk food. I was traveling a lot, and my positions where I was sleeping and this, that, they're traveling and all the rest of it had an impact. Okay, my fault. Okay, stress, my fault. Now what do? I got to move, and I got to be back in the gym in 4 or 5 days. I don't give a damn. So I started walking. I was walking with a bent back like this, proper little granddad. But got there, and now you just carry on, and now it's back to normal. Look, been in the gym this morning, and I'm feeling good. So you just gotta just keep on. I don't know. Some people have it, some people don't. You've definitely got it. You definitely. Trust me. I feed a lot of your energy.
I'm like a warrior.
Yeah. Literally, you are. Some people have it. People feed off my energy, and then you have the right people around you, to push you and keep you up.
Yeah, boost you.
Yeah, boost you.
So what advice would you give someone wanting to launch their own business in the fitness industry?
I'd say, number one, set up your company straight away. Don't think twice, because you're always going to start questioning and doubting yourself. Make it in a way that it's your only income. You ain't got a choice. Because if you're gonna use your job as a backup and all the rest of it, You're going to be constantly like taking it slow and taking it easy. Just put yourself out there on social media, talk about what you do, focus on a particular niche, and main thing number one before anything, like I mentioned, is set up your company. And this was the advice I got given from a friend of mine. I had tons of ideas back in the day, and he's like, bro, come talk to me when you set up your company. I'm like, yeah, but what do I name it? He's like, it doesn't matter. Set up the company and you're going to start doing stuff on it. And I did just that. And then I started, literally. Wow. But getting yourself out there on social media, 100%. You need to.
And for anyone that's struggling to find, get over the TikTok cringe or to, get over videoing themselves, what would you say?
You know what? It took me 52 attempts to do my first video.
Oh my
52. God. And till today, I struggle. I still struggle till today. I can get a video out in one go. I can get it out in 3 goes, sometimes 5 goes. It depends, but it doesn't matter. Look, you're always going to attract a particular audience. Okay? Look, someone looking at someone with a 6-pack and like jacked arms and all the rest of veins popping out their elbows and their eyes and all sorts.
Yeah.
Someone might not be able to relate to that person. But someone who's, for example, seen me with a 1-pack, but I'm training and stuff, they'll be like, you know what, he's doing it. I can get to that bit at least. And then they'll start. So you can always relate to someone.
Exactly,
and you'll find your audience.
I think now more than ever as well, people are really trying to find other people to relate to and communities.
Exactly.
So absolutely. Right. So we're going to do a quick fire round.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions, maybe one-worded, one-sentence answers. Okay. So the first one is, what's your favorite exercise?
Ooh.
Paddle?
Push-ups.
Oh, push-ups. I thought he was going to say paddle. Everyone says paddle.
Yeah. Right now, look, no, I can't say paddle. Football, man. Football's got to be there.
Football, World Cup.
Yeah. But if it's an exercise, it's got to be
push-up.
It's got to be push-ups.
Standard push-up.
Yeah, standard push-ups.
Okay. Favorite healthy meal?
Bone broth.
Bone broth as a soup, turmeric, black pepper. Okay. Yeah. Coffee or pre-workout?
Coffee. I don't take pre-workouts.
Okay.
I ain't taken pre-workouts since like 10 years ago.
How would you have your coffee?
Depends. I like a mocha. I'm not gonna lie. I like a mocha. I like espressos. I like Turkish coffee.
Okay.
So it depends on the mood.
Yeah, it depends. I really like coconut lattes at the moment.
Oh God, please don't.
I don't even know how I got there.
That's coconut lattes.
Yeah. Is it good for you? Bad for you?
I'm not one to
don't
judge.
We don't judge. Early mornings or late nights?
Early morning.
Early mornings, okay. One supplement you couldn't live without?
There isn't one.
Okay.
There isn't one.
Good answer. One person who's inspired your journey. I know you're going to mention. I know who it's going to be.
Who's it going to be? You?
No, not me. You're functional guy.
Yeah, Zayn Ali. It's got to be Zayn Ali or my youngest brother, Abbas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And if you could train with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Oof, that's a tough one.
Don't say me.
There's Stevie G. There's Stevie G. But if it was in prime, it'd probably be Mike Tyson.
Cool. Okay.
Mike Tyson was a beast.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
Mike Tyson.
So looking ahead, what's next for Functnl Fitness?
So now we're sort of building this brand organically right now. We're registering in Dubai, just set up the company in Dubai right now and looking to expand out into there. But now we're looking at sort of expanding on sales on D2C in the UK. Our main business has been export initially, but now I'm really concentrating on the UK and really want to sort of, push on sales over here and then build out our new product, which I can't say right now.
I'm not gonna.
I can't say right now, but yeah, it's building on the brand right now. We've built the foundation. People know now enough about what we are about, and now it's about taking to the next level in sales for D2C.
Amazing. No, brilliant. Well, thank you so much. It's been absolutely a pleasure to have you and to talk about your story. I'm so excited to see what you've got planned next. And we're going to tag everything in the links below and make sure that we can advertise our products to the audience.
No, amazing. Thank you so much as well. You're welcome. As always. And yeah, we've got to play paddle and I'm going to bat you.
Yeah. All right. Brilliant.
Take care.